Hey, what's going on, guys? Keith Carpenter here, and welcome to this video. I've been asked to make a video explaining the MarketChief method of advertising. And essentially, it's the method that we use here internally with our teams and our personnel to produce marketing and advertising that's going to produce a profit. Not only produce a profit, but also get the most out of every dollar that you're spending. So I'm going to make this video here, explain to you guys exactly what the MarketChief method is, and I'm going to be going over an overview of this, and I'm going to try to keep this video under 5 minutes so that you can have a really good overview and understanding of what we do and how we do it, and how you can do it too. But I'm going to be diving deeper into each of these steps, and I'll be sending those videos out to you over the next few weeks. Every few days, we'll send a video out to help you, internalize some of the things that are part of this system that make it so successful. Because I believe just going over the system and showing you this is going to leave a lot of things that I just can't talk about because it's not an hour-long, webinar, which is something that we are thinking about doing very soon. So right now, I want to show you, really, there's 3 levels to advertising, okay? There's the offer, there's the traffic, right? The people that are coming in to see what you're offering, and then there's conversion. Okay, so if you have a good offer and you drive in some people who are good targeted traffic that would be good for that offer, and then you turn those people into leads and sales, that's conversion. Okay, so if you have these 3 elements present, and not only have them present, but you just have to focus on them when you're building your marketing campaigns, right? So you want to go through and start from the beginning and work your way all the way up. So essentially, here's the deal. The first level that we have here is the offer, okay? And I'm going to talk a lot more about offers because I could literally talk for 6 hours about offers. But the first component of an offer is the avatar, right? You guys have probably heard this. If you haven't, the avatar is just a buyer persona, right? It's who your typical buyer is for this specific offer. I can't stress enough that you have to get clear on who you're marketing and selling to, and you cannot be trying to sell to 2, 3, 4, 5 people at once, especially if those marketing messages differ. You've got to isolate the avatar and ask some really important questions, 5 to 7 really important questions about that avatar, and then you'll have the information that you need to move on to the next step. Step number 2 is the message. Okay, so once you've understood who you're marketing to, and you understand, exactly who that person is and what they're going through, what they're challenged with, stuff like that, you're going to be able to write a message that's going to speak to the solution that you offer them. Okay, the message is absolutely critical. I mean, how many websites have you seen that look pretty, but you don't know exactly how this company is going to make your life better? And you're not spending money unless somebody's going to make your life better, give you some fun, solve a problem, whatever it is, but it has to be clear. And it has to happen within about 3 to 5 seconds, right? So the message is an absolutely key critical component to building a successful marketing and advertising campaign, because if you get this wrong, then you're not going to have profit. Now, the beautiful thing is, if you do this right, you're actually going to be testing the different appeals to find out what your market wants. And if you do it even one level better, you can actually see what other successful advertisers are doing and utilize what they're spending hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on. And that's a really good method, which we'll talk a lot more about. Okay, so the second part is your message. The third part is your funnel, right? Meaning your landing pages. What are you putting this message on, right? You decided who you're going to sell to. You wrote a message that's really going to connect and resonate and explain to them your offer and how it makes their life better. And then you're going to go ahead and put this information on a funnel, landing pages, page 1, page 2, page 3, right? Page A, page B, page C, whatever you want to call it. The first page is going to tell them about your offer, and then they're going to go ahead and convert down the line based off whatever your sales process is. They might just turn into an email lead. Maybe they turn into a scheduled phone call. Maybe it turns into a full-blown application, or a mixture of all those things and more, okay? So that's the first level. That's the offer. Okay, when you get these 3 things right, you're going to have an amazing base, an amazing foundation, especially if you've got the testing set up in place for the message to see what's working best. You've got a foundation to build on. Okay, then we're going to move up into the second level, which is traffic, right? Meaning not cars and horns, but people coming to your website, right? Visitors. And not just any visitors, but targeted visitors, people who are actually looking for what you offer. And we're going to talk a lot more about this and how important it is to really seed your machine that we build with targeted traffic in the front end, and then we do the work on the back end of getting back in front of them. So the traffic part is absolutely essential to take it your foundation and go to the next level. Now, what do? Step 4 is you're going to focus on search engines. Okay. Now, I don't mean go and spend 2, 3, 5, 10, 100 grand on search engine optimization. What I'm saying is you want to focus on basic things like your keywords, what keywords are being searched for the most, and you want to focus on local. Okay, local search. If you serve local customers at any capacity, I would highly recommend focusing on local search. Organic search is important too, and it's a very deep topic, but there are very important things that you can do, and we're going to talk a lot more about them for search engine optimization to help you get found, to drive more traffic into that funnel that you made so you can see how well it's working. Okay, so the 4th part is the search engine optimization for your offer. And the 5th part here, the 5th step is ads. Okay, turning advertising on, not going crazy, right? If you're already spending a lot of money, that's great, and you have something that's working, phenomenal. But if you're not and you're just starting, you don't have to go absolutely bananas right out of the gate with your advertising. What you do need to do is turn the advertising on, okay? And you need to turn it on when everything else in this whole formula is set up and ready to go, and then see what works, what doesn't work, and improve. But the advertising, especially the search advertising, guys, that is the main source of traffic that's really going to propel any funnel. And when we talk about step 6 right now, you're going to see that if you feed the machine, I always say feed the machine with great traffic in the top, meaning people who are actually looking for what you're selling. And then we're going to use step 6 here to retarget them. Okay. This is the biggest mistake I'm seeing most people making right now in the market. They're not retargeting their visitors. They're not retargeting and getting back in front of their traffic. And here's the cold, hard reality. Look it up online. You can see it's 2% of cold traffic converts, okay? 2% of cold traffic converts. If you're using Google Ads as your main source of feeding your machine, that's cold traffic. Those people a lot of times never heard of you, and so only 2% of that is going to convert. What about the other 98%? And that's where step 6 comes in, right? Setting up amazing conversion traps using Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and other websites. I mean, you can do retargeting on millions of websites across the web, okay? But the most important thing is just getting back in front of that really good traffic and getting them at the point where they're ready to go. Okay, there's going to be a point sometime in the next 2-3 months, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 3 days. But the reality is when the machine is cranking and the retargeting is happening, you're bringing sales in a month later that came in originally, and it's going, right? And then we can see how that's working and what's driving that, okay? And how do we see that? Well, that leads me into the next step, and that's conversion, right? And so tracking, generating leads, step 7, right? Getting leads to come in, and a lead could be a scheduled phone call. It could be somebody called you from the website. It could be they filled out an application, or they filled out a short questionnaire, or they requested a free quote. Whatever it is, that's a lead. And it's not just putting up a contact page and saying, hey, get in touch with us. We have so many strategies I'm going to be sharing with you in the coming weeks on how to get people to convert into a lead, right? So once we've done all the 6 first steps, then it's like, okay, we've turned the ads on, we've got the retargeting in place. Well, what is working to convert these people into a lead so that we can get the sale, so we can feed our sales team and we can make sales, grow our company, get more profit. And so, you know, as all of these are working together, the goal is always to create a machine that you can just get to a point where you're getting your leads at such a cost-effective price, you're getting sales, you're generating massive profits from your advertising in relation to what you're putting out, and then be able to scale it up or just maintain. But in order to do that, we have to figure out what gets leads, and so we'll do testing to figure out what appeal through your advertising is bringing in the leads. What offer, maybe you're trying a couple different offers, right? But what is actually converting your market into leads and customers? And by the way, we use competitive intelligence to see this, right? So it's not a complete guess. And the other cool thing too is when you actually get a lead, maybe they didn't turn into a customer right away, but they're going to get retargeted through our retargeting system in step 6 and get them to come back in and buy from you, schedule that phone call, right? Request that quote. And so Step 7 is getting the leads, and then moving into step 8 is the follow-up, okay? Once you've got a lead, we follow up, like I said, through retargeting, but also through SMS, through email marketing automations that just run for you, right? I mean, I'm a very big fan of automation, and we use it as best we can to make life easier and make your sales reps life easier to be able to get back in front of people that haven't yet committed to the company. So having a system and a way to follow up is very, very important, and is a critical part of, again, getting as much out of those original dollars that you spent on advertising as possible, right? That is the goal. The goal isn't to just bring a profit. I think the goal is deeper than that. The goal is to get as much out of the advertising so that you can, more effectively use your ad. Sometimes double, triple, quadruple the profit from the same ad spend, I see, right? And it just depends on a lot of factors, but these steps are very important in making all that happen. And step 8 is the most overlooked that I see. Most people, they have a hard time getting their sales reps to follow up. Why not put a system in place to get your technology to do it for you? So step 8 is very important. Let's move into step 9. The last step is tracking, okay? It's unbelievable how many advertisers I see out there that don't have tracking code on their website. They're not tracking for specific things. Conversion tracking, call tracking, no Facebook pixel, which means they're not doing any retargeting on that platform. The tracking part of this is extremely important. And so when you track properly, and I can't, we're going to talk a lot more about what to track, what KPIs to keep an eye on. But, the tracking part is everybody tracks differently, okay? At the end of the day, the most important tracking is knowing what your KPIs are, knowing how much it's costing you to get a lead, knowing what ads are bringing those in, right? And being able to track back and attribute the advertising spend to the initial ads they saw that brought them in to convert, right? That's really important. I mean, you might have an ad that's costing, let's say one ad's costing $5 a click, the other one's costing $2 a click, and you're saying, oh, this one's costing too much. What if the $5 per click ad was actually bringing customers in at, a much greater pace, and it was worth the $5 a click, right? It happens all the time. And that $2 a click ad is bringing in low quality traffic. You could kill the wrong ad, and then, you're not getting the most out of your advertising. So the tracking part, we have very, very talented, analytical. I mean, I'm analytical, but we have people that make me seem non-analytical. But they're that look at and track and set tracking up for all of the important KPIs so that we know what's working. And that's the only way we can improve. If we didn't do that last step, we would never, all of this other stuff would be great, but it would be like the link that breaks the chain, right? We would never be able to improve. That's why, we run into situations where you're trying to track certain things and technology that you're using is making it difficult because they don't do this or it doesn't do that. We have to make sure it tracks because we cannot improve, and we don't have, it's like going blind without having the right tracking in place. But at the end of the day, it's really the most important thing. So, eyeballs are important. So to be able to see what's working is huge. So that is the MarketChief method. I hope you found this helpful. I hope it kind of maybe clarifies that this is exactly what you have to do. Right now, we're going to dive deeper into each one of these steps because these are all important components, and we could literally go into each one of these steps and probably talk for 5 hours on the topic, right? I mean, they're all that deep, but it's because they're the major building blocks, right? And so when you break down your own roadmap like this for your clients, if you work with us, you're going to see that you can talk about a ton of stuff in each one of your segments too. And so that's really a good tip on how to create content is come up with a roadmap for your clients, and then you can just dive in. We always say, pick a section, teach a lesson, pick a section, teach a lesson. All of our reps, anybody responsible for content here, just go pick a section and teach a lesson about that. It's very, very deep, each one of these 9 sections. So I hope that wasn't too long of a presentation. I really hope you found value in that, and I'm looking forward to sharing more in-depth information about these 9 steps in the coming weeks rather. If you're not interested in getting more information like this, you can unsubscribe from the emails that you got. We certainly don't want to bother anybody with messages if they're not interested in learning how we do this. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and I'll be sending out another video shortly. So take care. Okay, so I hope you found a lot of value in that 9-step blueprint, and you can see how if you go through each one of those steps and you do it properly, I think by now you can see that having a profitable, super profitable advertising campaign is not that difficult. Okay, the challenging part is having the people that know how to do all of those things. Now that's where we come in. Okay, we have a team of people, a dozen people to be specific, that all specialize in different things. Some write messaging, some focus on LinkedIn ads, some do Facebook ads, some do YouTube and Google, and some build websites, and some do SEO. So at the end of the day, having people that specialize in this stuff is important. And this is what I'd like you to do. If you can see how this 9-step blueprint could really transform your current advertising program, schedule a clarity call. Right? Just talk with one of our reps, click the button below, request a link. You'll get a link in your inbox that will allow you to schedule a phone call with one of our reps and just have a clarity call with them, right? Let's go through with a specialist, go through in each step, that 1 through 9, or some steps that you're not sure about, that you have some questions about. We'd be more than happy to answer, and see if we might be able to help you guys take your advertising to another level. If so, great. If it's not a right fit, that's okay too, right? So there's no pressure. You can't sign up on this call. There's no way to be able to say, yeah, I want to sign up right now. It's literally just a clarity call to get to know us, allow us to get to know you a little bit more about what you're doing and what you think is working, what you think you might need to work on a little bit more, and then see if we might be able to work together. If so, great. If not, it's okay. Okay, so click the button below, request the link to get a calendar. You're going to get a calendar link that will allow you to schedule with a rep, and then you'll be able to get on a phone call. They'll call you right on time and see if we can't help you make your advertising more profitable, or at least point you in the right direction on a couple things that you might be unclear about. So thanks again for watching. Go ahead and click that button, get the calendar link, get on the rep's calendar, and let's talk about how we can help you make your advertising more profitable. I'm Keith Carpenter with MarketChief.io. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.